See, Mav is not sure what it was either. Just to get that out of the way, he hit the wall and his nade bounced back. Obviously misaiming that nade. At the top of the stairs, there's going to be another smoke, and this time Mint's not going to get a kill. He does get it down onto Mav, so some damage done, but that's not enough on this situation. Beautiful shot from Hyper, and perfect pre-aim as well. Hyper will persist in server. He continues to try and hold on to this. 2 people on the drop, 1 drops down, the second follows. There's a second kill for Hyper, and he's gonna get dispatched by Yuna. So good hold in server. He manages to make FaZe pay, and with only 20 seconds left, and C4 in Sky's hands, this is definitely very winnable for DZ still. The rush is coming in though, they're going for the frags, and here's Hot and Cold to hold them true. Here goes one more in the red hallway, and a second for Hot and Cold. Team where we are going to question going into an event, are they going to play well, or are they going to play poorly? And I know that kind of sounds obvious, like, oh, are they going to be good or are they going to be bad? But both of these teams have a history of either doing really well or doing really poorly, and...
Want to start. It's a bit of a premature toxic canister. I don't know if they're expecting a rush from FaZe here.
It's possible. Mav's going to drone out Archives, but he doesn't check the corner. And that's Vigil anyway, but still, bad droning there. A little bit of damage done from Eclipse onto Mav. I say a little bit, actually a lot of it. And everybody on FaZe will die to 1 bullet, which is going to give a strong advantage to DZ. Mav, the last player alive, will eliminate 1 inside of Archives. He's going to find Hyper and Hotten, meanwhile, who are positioned much further afield. Diffuser down inside of B. This does not look very winnable for Mav.
It's going to be a challenge, but he's going to do his best to drone. Like you said, only 1 bullet is really what's going to punish him. And the diffuser being dropped is going to be the greatest obstacle that he has to deal with. Red dot or a holographic C8, okay, fine. But it's 1 bullet, and it's very rare that on land that you engage in a fight where you walk away unscathed. He'll creep on in. As you can see, Hot and Cold will reposition.
Explosive win in just the gunfight, the team fight. It's, I believe, that hacked drone from Mint there.
Yes, and significantly slower take from FaZe Clan as you hear 1 set of destruction go off.
2.
And both walls on CEO have now been opened up. This lean that we see inside of the janitor closet by Skies has been undetected. Nobody knows where he's positioned. He's got a hatch that he can just drop down if he wants to, but he's not going to go for it. Not yet, at least. 1 smoke goes off, so that's Skies with just, I guess, a bit of a warning flag that gets flown out to Yuna, and Skies heads on into conference room. First kill comes with 33 seconds on the clock. Hot and Cold. Dispatching cameraman with a nitro cell. Perfect time for Hyper to stim himself up as well. Yuna's in. He'll take out a Valkyrie camera and look to go for a plant with Astro covering on the windows. Ion inside of Skylight. There's lots of coverage, and now Mav down below. But where's the C4 going to come from? Ion guns down Hyper. DARKZERO gets called on over to Square, but FaZe is locked out for now. Hot and Cold does some magic work on his own, and he'll put it into a 2-2. Still on Repel as Astro, and this is where things get really, really challenging. Hot and Cold and Skies are there. Mav gets down, so you're going to have to fly out the window, distract him, go for broke! There it is, Hot and Cold, 4 kills! And it'll free up Skies to go for the defuse if he was not downed. So Hot and Cold will now need to run on back in. There's no way he's going to make it, and he knows it. Nowhere near enough time. Heartbreaking. But that's the round for FaZe Clan. It's a Pyrrhic victory for DARKZERO. The marathon mile for Hot and Cold. He's not even going to make it, but he's giving them an inch. FaZe very patient for an aggressive team.
Nade poorly placed there from Eclipse. Nothing comes of it. You can see that Hyper's going downstairs. The reason he's doing this is he's trying to deny any C4 from below when the CEO push comes out. He's also going to take care of Cameraman, who might have been spotted in the main lobby. Skies gets Ion as well. And suddenly, on map point, we have DARKZERO up 5-3.
Really good entry for DARKZERO on that first floor. They've also cleared out the roamers. So if you're FaZe Clan, you are going to be enduring an onslaught in a 5v3 at the hands of DARKZERO as they look to push on into the site. 45 seconds. Another frag grenade will get tossed on out. That's possibly for utility. Maybe it's just for an errant player off-site. Who knows? This looks like the ACOG in the hands of Mav, and he'll win the fight just narrowly against Hyper. There's not a lot of people who can say they do that on land. Really well played by Mav, and he'll be able to stim himself back up as well. Back over 100 HP. So for Mav, it was like he didn't even fight at all. Still DARKZERO with a numbers advantage, just by 1. You hop in the window and go for the plant. Hot and Cold's going to hold on to that diffuser. He's going to need to just get in at some point and go for it, but there's nothing happening. Down goes Hot and Cold. 2 for FaZe as their guns come alive. Skies is there to tag out, but overtime is looking exceedingly likely. All Astro needs to do is just stay alive. Skies gets down with diffuser. Mint will need the frag, but no, he'll be very, very slow to get on. And this position for Astro will go in, and we've got overtime ahead of us. Astro with a huge round.
Case that allow you to rotate up from the base. And as long as FaZe does that, they can execute exclusively onto the server and hit that site.
Mint has only been able to take one person down, if that, on server stairs. And I think the call was made by DARKZERO, be it during the timeout or just simply in-game calls, that Mint is going to be better served playing, just lying on the ground, waiting.
Look at this angle from Hyper. The reason he's doing this is he can allow the C4s to land.
Oh my goodness.
No
Those
way.
bullet holes, he's just looking for the Maverick. Can he deal damage? Yes, he can on the cameraman. That is a devastatingly effective angle. Yuna's been down now as well. That's the diffuser dropped onto the ground. Somebody will need to pick it up. And it's their turn to do the dance with the devil. Hyper still holding this long angle on onto Yuna. Not that much needed because he was so low on HP. Plant looked like it was going to go down, but has been aborted for now. Garage angle being held from the Alda in the hands of Hot and Cold. He just needs to do his job and not worry about too much. Hyper sees the drop, narrowly missing out on the IQ, but it's eclipsed there. He has his teammates back. It's all Mav now in a 1v5, a flawless round for Dark. But when they went to open area before on defense, they won it. So why not try and, or no, rather they lost it actually.
Yeah.
They lost it.
They were pretty bad at CEO. They only won CEO once of 3 times.
I had the colors mixed up on my
Yeah, I got you.
sheet. So, but man, I'm wondering what they think that they can do differently this time. The hard destruction from Hot and Cold went onto the wall, as you could see. I don't think you can get that. Hot and Cold is gonna have to
You
put
could
himself
stand over it, I think.
danger, maybe.
But he'd have to run over to it, so he's not gonna. But he will allow for the. Oh, did it just get tricked? It got bandit tricked.
Bandit tricked by Ion.
Oh wow.
That is something that just gets under your skin in that one's gonna fester. So another EMP will go out. 30 seconds left for one of these teams to be able to come away with a victory here, as Hyper is the only one who's taken any damage. Everybody is still alive. 20 seconds, and holy hell, this is going to get messy. Would you expect it to be any other way? First one down is Astro. Hyper is there, and now Hot and Cold will just barge right into the middle of the site. Down goes Hyper to Ion as FaZe is able to dominate the kill feed. Another from Ion. He gets punished by Mint. Yuna's in on the action. Skies will need to plant, but Mav at the final second will give FaZe the edge.
Now, the clear is in here for FaZe. They've gotten a lot of control. In fact, they even have blue stairs. And Mav is going to get a kill from above, too, off the soft destruction. So this is actually looking pretty good for FaZe right now. They've managed to put themselves in a really great spot in terms of positioning, time, and man count. Now, this is actually a better round than the last round was for FaZe, because last time FaZe lost their Jackal early on, and they were opening up with a minute left. This time they started opening up with like a minute 20 left. Mint is going to get Yuna, though. You see, Mint has actually positioned himself very aggressively. He just really wants to hold that default plant spot, and he's going to do it whether FaZe likes it or not. This is an interesting position here from Ion. He's going to be ready to drop. Now, the reason he got up on the wall instead of vaulting it is that he won't make the vault noise, so he'll only make the drop noise. It's going to be a little bit quieter, a little bit less warning for the defenders.
Just waiting for them to walk in through the mudroom. Mint fires a little bit too early, gives his position away, but then Alda's got so many bullets that he can begin to hold the trigger down now, but he gets pinched from the back. Ion is there. It's a run out from Eclipse. What does he see? He finds one. Hyper gets rid of Mav as well. Diffuser goes down, but it's a 1v2, and it's Astro faithfully executing his role. He's got 2 hard walls next to him. This is going to be almost impossible. The F2 low on ammunition. He manages to find the Jaeger pistol out. No way, it just happened. Astro, oh my goodness.
Ella is really good now after her recoil buff, but she does still have a really low damage gun, and you use so many long range fights. Cameraman will cut it off from the drop down. Effective use of the shotgun there from camera.
And that was as well a drone that was positioned. Down goes the Ash of Ion. Hot and Cold is just able to hold a very good angle onto Ion. Wow, that was all the way up into luggage from inside of service.
Manages to make it work. Eats a little bit of damage from that nade. That was scary for a second when we heard the nade bounce, but Hotton survives.
Wonder if that's a friendly drone from Eclipse that's situated to watch service, or if that was one that had just spotted Hot and Cold, but I'm not entirely sure. There's 10 damage that'll be done to Hyper as his head gets blown back. And there's an adrenaline surge too. Hyper's pushed up.
Oh, plant.
Hear the sound of the plant going down. Wonderful hold as Astro takes out Hyper. Whoa! And an even better shot from Eclipse as the diffuser is planted. Mav's there to take out Skies. Hot and Cold takes Yuna down. C4 gets tossed up, and it catches Astro. Diffuser is being worked on. Hot and Cold's only a second away, and he was downed in action, so he can head on into the safety of the site as he litters the way forward with goo mines. He's also got Hyper watching just next to him.
Hyper and Eclipse can do a lot here, or they could lose a lot here. It's going to come down to, oh, beautiful shot. What a pre-fire.
Somebody from Office decides to push him. He will pick them up before they pick him up.
Ooh, both of these roamers have been detected over by VIP. E1D comes out from DZ to try and lock them in place. You can see the aggression from Hotton. He is attempting to punish these VIP roamers by being nice and quiet and sneaky. He'll be successful. He'll hit the shots, and there's the second. Double for Hot and Cold. Really big kills there, and that's top 4 control as well. He can use the skeleton key to get more site control, but it's actually a plant in safe by Cubby. There's Mint going for it. Meanwhile, the rest of DZ is coming alive. The kill feed lights up for DZ, and it's all site control for DARKZERO. FaZe with the run out from the service entrance. Mav hits an air jab and is thrown back. Hotton gets a 3rd kill from above, and there's Mav getting shut down.
Way at Skies' HP, and an EOD almost narrowly keeps Ion locked in place. A second different, and that could have been a very big kill for DARKZERO. There's still no casualties in round number 10. Just over a minute left on the board. There's a opportunity seized by Astro onto Mint as there's another EOD burned. Could possibly have none. By my count, I believe Hyper is all out. We'll see in just a bit. So opening pick goes to FaZe, and because they have a dock on the board, all of the HP that's been taken away is replenished. Hyper finds Ion, so, well, the dock will be no more. Mozzie engaging onto Skies, and Skies walks away from that, as you can hear, with next to no HP.
This is not a winnable, or not an outright winning position for either team, but as Hotton gets Yuna, it's looking much better for DZ. And there's Hyper as well, getting camera. Now it's all in the Sunrise Bar players for FaZe. Now, granted, Mav does have the Alda in hand, and Astro's been really fragging out, but he's gonna go for a long rotation, get cut off in that rotation. It's all on Mav now. He gets 2! A beautiful flick there from Mav, and he's got plenty of ammo and ammunition left. That's 3! Pistol out now. Not enough ammo in the Alda. There's only a few seconds left, but he can't get the 4th. What a round from DARKZERO.
Fate on this map.
Yeah, it's a big opportunity seized upon by Hot and Cold, but that is as well for Cameraman. Now, FaZe find themselves back in the round. Big moment there where there's no refrag as well. DZ looks like they're trying to set up for the take onto B. They have not dealt with Yuna in this corner. And there's the shotgun blast doing a lot of damage to Hyper, who runs out, hits a Legion trap on his exit, and now is on just a sliver of HP.
I mean, Yuna, when he tried to push on in, got caught by Mint. Mav doing his finest work as well with 30 seconds on the clock. Lots of damage done to Eclipse. Goomine's a plenty hit. Skies gets a kill of his own. FaZe Clan trails. Match still on the line. Are we going to be able to see FaZe Clan pull this one off? Is this match still going on, or is it all over? Cameraman spotted inside a courtyard. He's down for the count. It's Ion in a 1v3. Diffuser going down with Mint holding it in his hands, and there it is. DARKZERO will take it.
So I don't think it's really going to change anything for FaZe. They're fine.
Is this going to be a rush from FaZe? That's the real question. Coil Shield goes off, and Yuna will be the first one on in. C4 tossed, it connects. You see Ion go flying across the room, and Yuna will see his teammate's corpse as he rushes in, but that's it for the round. Remember...
Oh, he's going to vault in. Dangerous, but he seems to feel safe.
The risky move for Cameraman, but it ends up paying off. Skies guns him down. So as Hot and Cold falls, the TCSG is there, and Skies ends up landing the shots with Hyper getting in on the fun. So does Mav, so both teams in on the action. Mav is just better around the corner as Skies doesn't really have an opportunity to fire back, so DARKZERO will take control of the second floor while FaZe has control of the first. Funny how things swap around. Hyper will have to get back into the site, and he will just very slowly tiptoe down those red stairs. Diffuser being planted from Yuna. Oh, Mav is downed, so it's a 1v2. Yuna has not moved an inch. Waiting for the call as they can peek out and possibly trade this off. C4 will be in ample distraction. Position given away. There's one from Yuna. He's in a 1v1 and he wins it against Eclipse. That's off, and it will stop and be an impasse for FaZe to be able to head towards that classical hallway. There's nobody from DARKZERO playing at 90. Skies is the only person that's potentially close enough to get over there, and he is once again on a deep lurk. He's in Astro right now. He's miles away from being able to get towards the site, as it looks like FaZe is gearing up for an execute. I don't know if Skies thinks that someone from FaZe is nearby, but there goes another toxic canister, and it will be both Ion and Yuna in a position to take some damage. It's only Ion right now that's doing so. 30 seconds left. Cameraman on Repel. If he swings into 90, Skies will get that call, or at least hear the noise, and be able to strike. But opening things up, it's Hot and Cold with the opening frag for DARKZERO as they want to continue that. What a shot from Hot and Cold as the grenade goes over top of him, and it looks like he has it down on Mav now as well. Astro on a fraction of HP. It's Cameraman in this position where he's going to be in really rough shape. 1v5, and he will tussle with Skies, but a flawless round from DARKZERO to end their half.
That's for sure.
No Doc there to be able to give Astro a little bit more life, so he's just a single bullet away from death. It gets worse, too, if members of FaZe start to drop around him. There's a mark through the wall and a spray, and it downs Yuna, but Skies doesn't know that. So you'll have to capitalize and pick up the Goyo, who will be bleeding out and leaving a trail in his wake as he just slowly inches away from conflict. That's rough, but there's Astro on 1 HP fragging very effectively. Mav is in on it too, and this is a 3v3 at this point because you have the immobilized Yuna down below.
He actually could get picked up conceivably. The diffuser is downed. You can see Eclipse is wary of a flank from the main stairs, rightfully so. There is a player at the top of those main stairs. That's going to be the Maestro.
There's a frag grenade that's going to get tossed on in through the yellow gas that's in front of the sledge. And Skies is putting in great work this round. There goes Yuna, say goodbye. Astro finds Skies, very limited HP. The IQ comes to the rescue, down goes Mav and Astro. And it's all on Ion's shoulders in a 1v2. Everybody's got full HP, no utility left for the smoke, but the time will definitely favor the defense. Unable to control the SMG-11. Ion will have to get a little bit closer, but it's match point for DARKZERO. And then would play smoke on defense. And would still kill everything that happened to come across his sights. So,
well, right now, speaking of, I was going to say, right now the SMG-11's in a really good spot in terms of a killing machine, and Skies is going to highlight that as he eliminates Astro over by Astro. As the room is called Astronomy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny pun. But it's very similar to what we just saw in the previous round, is that when the site is on one side of the map, you're going to go for the other. And of course, instead of taking study to then move towards trophy and statuary, you're now going to take trophy and statuary and then move from there over towards aviator and games. 1 minute has been burned off of the clock. Astro is down, and DZ still have utility, as do FaZe. But there's not a lot for FaZe. There's a nitro cell, maybe 2, and then Ion, of course, will have those toxic canisters. Indeed, there is still a nitro cell in Cameraman's hand. What is being brought by Yuna is the real question. He's been bringing a nitro cell, and he has one right there with him, yes. He's been playing nitro cell operators, so will not be quite as successful to take Hyper out early, which is good for Hyper.
Yes. Yes. So DARKZERO currently in control of this round, firmly in control, I would say. The big thing is that they don't have a lot of ground covered for the amount of time that is left, I would say, as well. So there's definitely something missing here for DZ. They're going to need to start working on pushing into study, for example. Mid's going for upside down rappel to try and challenge the top of main stairs, as well as EMPing the wall. It's a really important rappel here. If he loses it, that's bad. That's really bad, because there is actually a player at top main. That's, I believe, the Maestro of Mav.
They have the ability to knock down these Goyo shields. Mav might end up losing this volcanic shield in front of him as he's playing around it. And this is going to be very challenging for him in case it gets blown open in his face. And the upside down rappel will obviously not help. When's the defuse going to come out? Are you going to pull off an execute Dark Zero? Yuna with one on Disguise. Back to a 4v4, and the Maestro is just under watch as Mav has only taken 25 HP. Another from Yuna. He has had a great defensive round, but there's two from Dark Zero. Mav is still in his position. He's very safe behind the shield. He's going to have to do an awful lot of work as the plant goes down from Hot and Cold, and things are going to get tough for FaZe. Hot and Cold will just inch away. And it might actually be even tougher for DZ. It's a 1v2, but look at Ion's HP. Look at Mav's position. He only got dealt damage earlier on. So what do you do if you're down as Hot and Cold? You're going to give calls, and Hyper is going to rely on that. You are essentially just a drone at this point. But now you're gone. If both members of FaZe stack up, this is very winnable. Waiting for the smoke to push out. Now Mav is going to have to engage, and he knows that he's pressed for time. Hyper just narrowly missing the shot as he'd already taken the smoke out of action. He sees the gun barrel, and that's it. Dark Zero will knock FaZe down to the elimination match tomorrow.